Welcome to No Mentor. We've got hot takes, weird debates, and absolutely zero qualifications. With your host, Ser Judo
and Psychic. Let's get into it. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe and leave a comment. You can hear us on all podcast platforms and socials at No Mentor Podcast. Let's get into it.
Yo.
Yo.
What's up?
Not much, you?
Not much. Been a minute since we talked.
Oh, it's been about 3.5 seconds. Oh, I know.
Damn. That's quite a while, man.
Oh, I know. Like seriously, like damn, it's been so long. I've been so eager to talk to you.
Yeah, I know. I've missed you.
I know. I'm your fat little Buddha.
Buddha?
I'm your fat little Buddha.
Like you're my buddy?
I'm like your Buddha. You're like my buddy, but I'm your Buddha.
You like
because I got all that calories and cholesterol and shit. Uh-huh.
Oh, so you're gonna kill me? Just spiking my insulin?
Something like that. Just fucking straight up freaking like 10 cc's of fucking straight up insulin into your fucking pancreas, you know?
So I'm gonna spread you on some bread and
you're gonna spread me on some bread with you said a little bit of peanut butter, dude. We got something going on there. Peanut butter and then butter toast. I don't know.
Who said peanut butter? Like
peanut butter. Peanut butter. Hey, you know how many years I went to school for speech therapy because I couldn't pronounce words?
Aren't you a communication major?
Right? Yes, I am.
Technically, sort of.
Technically, well, am I anything really?
BA in communication. Damn, you know what? You have a podcast. You're finally putting that communication degree.
Right? Seriously. You know why I got that degree though? Because it was fucking. It's the easiest. Right? Well, no, it was the easiest fucking degree to get without thinking.
Well, yeah, I mean, how hard is it to speak? Isn't that the basis of being a human?
Well, I originally did it because like communicating to like others in like the electronical form, that's what I was actually thinking about more than anything. Not about me actually learning shit. I guess, I don't know. I wanted to keep on getting those fucking student loan payments. Mortgage wasn't cheap.
What did you originally want to go to college for before you just
before it all?
Yeah. Like, did you have any
originally? So in high school, I wanted to become a psychiatrist.
Fitting, okay.
But then I found out how much school that you needed, and like, how smart you actually need to be. 8 to 10. And you actually need to be like smart because it's technically like a doctor. I was even thinking like on like a counselor on that kind of level.
You're picking someone's brain. You got to be intelligent to do that.
Yeah. So that quickly, because then I actually finally took a psychology 101 I think it was my junior year. And then all of a sudden I noticed how fucking hard. No, I loved the subject. It was too hard for me to comprehend.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think I got a B in the class, but
okay.
But I wasn't fully like, that interested, I guess, to go further. So then I'm like, I want to do music. So I went into community. I went to a JC, and I was getting a degree in what was it?
Music theory or something?
It was music theory, music mixing, stuff like that. And
That's
then
sick.
Yeah, and then my professor, he had a master's in music theory and all this other like music management and stuff.
He was like fucking Beethoven or something.
Something to that degree, but he was a community college professor, and he didn't even have that much of a successful producing career. And he explained, he was like, don't come in here thinking you're going to be the next Dre. You're going to be the next whoever producer.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Just be real with you. So that's when I switched over to business.
Wow. So, you let that guy kill your dreams?
I've always been a realist.
I got you.
And no matter,
You're gonna like listen to somebody who is. No, I'm not gonna say he failed, but somebody who is letting you know it's gonna be a hard path.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
not saying that you can't do it, but there's so many aspects of that particular field, let's say,
I
that
would say it's a pretty hard path. I'm not gonna lie.
oh, no doubt, especially if you want to be in like the producer realm instead of like the business realm or anything like that. You have to be
Yeah,
artistic. So it's a little bit different than,
and,
becoming someone's
and you
business manager.
and you figured out you're not artistic. You're autistic.
No, I'm a retard,
Just kidding.
bro. I'm a fucking
Oh,
retard.
hard R, bro. I gotta bleep that out now.
No, you
Fuck.
don't. Wait, we can say that.
Can we?
Yes,
Okay.
we
You
can
are
say that now.
medicated, so we're allowed.
We are. Oh no, I'm nuts. I'm certifiably. I've got proof that I was in a nut hut. So
What's that movie? The Jack Nicholson movie?
One flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, dude, that movie is good. So,
It
like,
is.
I know it was a cult classic, and I'd never watched it because I don't know. I'm pretty bad about being biased, not biased, but like I don't know the word for it, but like when there's an older movie and everyone's like, "Oh, that movie's awesome, you got to check it out," and I'm just like, "Nah." Like, if you like it, nah. I'm one of those people, like a hipster. And then like I went and watched it, and dude, it was great. I was like, "Man, this is great." Like old movies are pretty good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Did you like The Godfather when you saw it?
I've never seen The Godfather.
Dude, I was one of those too. And then I finally watched it because I've
Yeah.
always been like a Scarface fan.
Yeah,
Like
I
I know
love
how,
mafia shit.
yeah. But then I watched, and this was up until probably, I remember probably seeing it when I was like 12 or 13. But when I became an actual adult, I
You could
rewatched
actually
it and understood it.
digest it more.
Exactly. My God. Like
Good.
it is, oh, fuck yeah. It's fucking
Is there just
phenomenal.
one movie, or is there
There's
like a
three or four.
trilogy? Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's three. Yeah.
Um, Speaking of that, like I've never seen The Sopranos either, and I heard that's good.
Oh,
Um,
dude.
you've watched
The
it all?
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I used to
Wow.
watch it. My mom. That was like one of my mom's favorite things after she got off of work. I believe it came on
Hmm.
Sunday. Came on Sundays on HBO, and that's what she would watch. And
Yeah,
then
man. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, and that's. But I actually didn't pick it up until probably about 5 years ago. I didn't start watching it until because again, I'm an adult
Better,
now. Yeah,
better.
it is.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with that. So like, was it last year? I think it was last year. Man, I just couldn't. There was nothing out really to watch. Like I'd burned through everything that was on streaming, and I was like, man, what do I watch? And I was talking to my roommate at the time, and he's like, going through a list of stuff, like sounding stuff out, like not sounding stuff out, but saying stuff off. And he's like, one of it was Lost, and I remember that being like real cultural, and like everybody was watching Lost at one time, and I was like, I don't know. So then I got on Hulu and started watching it, and then I completely binged it, and that's a long watch.
What isn't it like 8 or 9 seasons?
Something like
Maybe
that.
something. That was one show that well, no, I'll give credit where credit's due. I didn't even start watching it. Actually, no, I started watching the first episode, and I'm like, okay, this is that.
So it was 6 seasons, but like, so the thing about Lost is, like the first like 3 or 4 seasons is like 20 some episodes long. I mean, it's a
There's hundreds
watch.
of episodes, basically.
Yeah, it's a watch. I mean, I got my opinions about the show. I'm not gonna say don't watch it. I'm not gonna say do watch it. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I get that.
But a lot of stars came from that show. You know what I mean? So like, I can't think of people off the top of my head, but like Matthew Fox and what's her face that was in the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. I forgot her name.
that lady.
Yeah, that lady.
That lady.
Is it? Yeah. Fuck, man. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, that lady.
That
But
lady.
that lady. But yeah, I'm so bad about recalling names and recalling like things from shows after I've seen them. It's like I watch a show and like if you ask me about it as I'm watching it, which this is no shit, but I'm like, hell yeah, that's so and so, and they played in so and this and this and this and this. But then you ask me like 3 months down the road, and I can't even remember what their character name was in the show.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah,
almost like the emotions were enough to hit me for a takeaway from it, and I remember the reception I had after watching it. But as far as the other details, I'm just like lost to it, you know.
yeah. I mean, I still don't. I mean, there's been shows that I've watched over and over again, like the seasons, and I still don't
Yeah.
know. I would
See,
actually have to practice to remember their
I
character names.
I can't do that. I can't rewatch stuff, and I know that's bad, but
No.
like I can't rewatch shit. Like
Yeah,
if it's something short and like a friend hasn't seen it, I might sit down and rewatch it with them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like Vikings, I'd rewatch Vikings with somebody probably, but alone by myself, I can't just sit and rewatch something just because I get disinterested and my ADHD just my brain clicks off. You know,
yeah. And usually when so what I usually do is after I get off of work, I put on stupid shit.
like in the background or something.
Basically almost like to fall asleep.
Do you
Nothing.
consider that rewatching? Because I do that. Like I'll just put something on I've already
Not
seen a hundred times.
necessarily. It's something that I'm comfortable with, and I know that I already know the storyline, so it's like I hear
Okay,
it in a way.
it's just
But
background. It's just white
yeah,
noise or
yeah,
brown
like
noise, whatever that is.
exactly. It's something that I know mentally I can go forward and I'll be okay, and I don't have to pay attention to it. Like
Yeah.
now, what I do is I always usually watch cartoons at night. I know it's weird.
Yeah.
Like I'm on King
Are
of the
you
Hill right now. I'm on
are
King of
you
the Hill.
are you one of those guys that puts on a scary movie then right after you put on a cartoon?
No, I'll just go straight to sleep after a scary movie. Shit.
Yeah, my dreams are fucking terrifying, so it's not a comparison at all.
I've been very blessed that I haven't really had too
You don't
many.
have a lot of dreams?
I have dreams. I just don't have nightmares.
What what is that? You think that what causes excessive dreaming? You think that's a personality trait? You think that's a biology thing, genetic, or do you think it's just I mean, I'm sure trauma
Yeah,
triggers a lot of dreams, but you know what I mean?
trauma. Are we talking about like good dreams or just dreams in
Just
general?
dreams in general. Like I know
I
some people who just don't do it at all, and they're
Yeah,
like, "You have dreams," and I'm like, "Yeah, man, every night it's crazy."
yeah.
I wake up and I can write a whole book based on my dream, and they're like, "Wow, you remember that much?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I do."
That's I mean, and that's I think that's what gives you artistic ability too, in a way. I think having that,
Creativity.
yeah, because creativity, and then because
Do,
then you have you're not thinking about anything. Like you're
you,
not trying to process anything when you're asleep. It'll just
you
come to you.
you think oh, so it's authentic? You think?
Yes.
Do you think also like it's according if you're left brain or right brain?
It
Like
could have something. I'm not too familiar with all that shit. I know
isn't
what.
I think left brain is like more creative
Mhm.
people and right is more mathematical. Like you know what I'm talking about. I
Yeah,
think.
then I have no brain. Because I
God,
can add because
you
I
can't
can't
do, you can't do shit, right?
because I exactly because I can add
You did
and
say
I
you were acoustic though, so maybe that's
I
why.
am a there we go. I'm acoustic. There we go. Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
been a lot of that autism stuff out here
This dude,
lately.
have you watched Love on the Spectrum?
I have not.
Dude, what? You haven't watched that?
No, I haven't.
Dude, go watch it, please. It's on Netflix. There's like a British version and then an American version. Please, dude. And this isn't even like no shade. I'm not watching it to like laugh at these people because they have Down syndrome. They're acoustic, they're whatever have you. You know, there's a mix of just bags. But like I'm not watching it to laugh at these people. I'm watching it because I'm genuinely interested in how these people find love and stuff being on the spectrum. So it's like, and some of them are worse than others, but some of them are hilarious, dude. Not because I'm laughing at them, but I'm just laughing in just their mannerisms and they're so honest and dry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they give zero fucks,
Yeah,
and
but they don't even
they don't even
acknowledge that
know.
they're
No,
yeah they
no,
do. Yeah, they're
exactly.
just talking, dude.
They're
Yeah, I
just
don't know.
them, and that's what's and they're and they're good people. They have good hearts. They're like, and that's
Yeah,
not to
yeah,
say that
for sure.
that kind of came out wrong. Like they're an issue. But as someone with
Yeah, there's
cerebral
still
palsy,
people.
as they are, no, as someone with CP, I can say a little bit more because I am handicapable, I am mentally challenged, I am a retard. I can say
Oh
all this
god.
shit. I'm certifiable.
Okay.
So I can speak on it more than you can, in my opinion.
Probably so, yeah. But I also
So
said I wasn't laughing at anybody.
no. What I'm saying is because it kind of came out I'm not on
But
you. The
but
way
if you're
I
gonna,
said it just now came out a little bit wrong. Like
but
I was like putting them
no,
in a
no,
category.
I don't think so. I think you're fine. I mean, you kind of got to box people in general, anyways, to describe a person. Like
Yeah.
it's not really being, I don't know, stereotypical. I don't know what the, I
Yeah.
can't, I don't
And
know it.
I use the word retard as just
Well,
something
it's just
as a pejorative. Like
you
it's
got such a deep voice and so like stern when you speak. So like when you say it, it's real hard. You know what I mean? Like
it's the real hard R.
I can't even do that deep baritone that you have to like
Well,
perplex your
yeah.
words. You know what I mean?
Now,
Like,
I can tell you using that Yeti, I had none of that warmth, any of that stuff. I sounded like a little bitch. I sounded like someone that
yeah, I
should
just want
have
to know what happened. What so
it.
right now, right here, let's hear
Yeah, on
a
there
blue Yeti review
from Ian
from
from
Psyche. Yeah,
Psychic. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't mind putting my name out there. We all know who I am too. I'm
yeah. I
just
try
not
to.
going to give you my social because my credit score went up just a tad, so I need to
Hey,
keep it going up. Yeah, but
okay, okay.
anyhow,
This is going to affect your credit score, so it better be
oh, I'm
good.
sure. Yeah, it better be good. No, so I was doing a lot of research, like I do on most shit, and
Yeah,
then you
as you
you
should.
mentioned, and then you mentioned to get to buy the Yeti because
Yeah, just because
I've been
digital.
having issue. Yeah, exactly. I do an analog XLR interface, and it's not really working with the programs we're working with because I can't hear back. I can't have hear back.
I mean, my personal opinion is I think that what you're using overreaches what the programs are using. I feel like the programs are the underplay, and what you have is the legit way to do things. But when you're working with remote recording like we're doing, what are you going to do? You know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just because like I said, I use this more than I with my podcast just in a DAW. But so, anyways, so I was messing with I got it, I started testing it, and then just my voice just sounded it wasn't my voice, it sounded just like nasally, it sounded like
Yeah,
I just sounded awful. And then even the feedback,
yeah.
like the buzzing and stuff like that wasn't even the case
Was
because
the
you can always gate that.
was the
But
bass too much too?
there was no bass. That's the problem. There was
Oh,
not
okay.
one thing of bass, and that's
It
why I
was
was moving
flat.
it.
It was flat.
It was beyond flat. It was like flat minus 10.
Huh. Okay.
So it was one of those things where I'm like, no, like I couldn't, like,
Deal with it.
I couldn't deal with it because there's nothing. At least what we can do with this is we can throw it in a DAW and we can fuck with the
Yeah.
volumes and shit like that. But at least it'll come out clear.
Yeah. I think
Not with that for me. That's why they make a million different mics because not all mics fit a particular.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the concept of just plug and play. That's fucking awesome.
Hmm.
But I think that overall, I mean, if we can get this to work, and I have another idea. I found out when I was running the Logic and the Riverside last time,
Yeah.
it was overloading on my computer because I don't have enough
Mm.
memory. So what I'm
Ah,
thinking of, the new computer is like it's the brand new Mac 4M chip and all of that stuff.
yeah.
So I'm going to test it out before I try anything, but hopefully we can go that route so we can get the best. Because even though on here on Riverside it says something to the effect that when you're recording, when you hear yourself, because now I can hear myself, which is weird. I can hear
That's
myself in the
really
headphones.
that's
Yeah,
weird. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I figured something out. So
Yeah.
basically like a volume thing, I've messed with it even more. So I was able to I really went in depth. I started, reading about mic control and that stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I got into that and I've been testing for the last week or so.
figuring it
So
out.
figuring it out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
PhD in this.
I may get an AA. If that, I
Okay.
may be able to graduate from high school into the first year of 13. Not,
I feel like
I can't.
I'm still in like middle school on this recording shit.
Shit.
I
Dude, no, heck no.
think people need to take note though, like if anybody's listening, that you live in Arizona, I live in Kentucky, and we're trying to record a full on episode together. So that's just so convoluted and it's not easy at
No,
all.
it's not. And it's, we have technical errors every time, but that what we keep on getting on. I don't know.
I mean, live and learn, right?
Live and let learn, dude. Live and let go. I don't know. No, but no, overall, I don't think it's a bad mic. I think for what you use it for, I mean, I think it would be good for a particular person. It doesn't fit my voice.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I get that.
yeah,
It's fine. I mean, you got a distinct voice. I think you have a voice for radio. So, like, you got to find a mic that actually, like,
yeah. And
enhances that. Or
that's why I've got the SM7B, because that actually brings out the
I think
warmer tones.
what you're using now sounds great. I don't hear a problem with it at all.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that's because I learned about mic control a little bit more, about volumes and shit like that. So
Yeah,
because I can record into a DAW all day long and I can see my levels and stuff like that, but when you're doing it off of basically nothing, it's really difficult to gauge.
it just sucks to record like an hour episode and then you didn't hear yourself the entire episode, so you don't even know how you sounded. So when you get that like product at the very end, you're like, "Wow, this was way off," and you're off for an hour. And sometimes it's hard to fix that,
Yeah. I mean, and I think as long as we're in sync with each other, we can always go in and do it in post. So
Yeah, I agree.
it's
I mean, editing's not that bad. I enjoy it.
yeah,
So
I do too. And I think that's why I'm playing down that, because I really enjoy editing from the editing standpoint.
yeah,
It's really cool what you can, how your, how like effects affect your voice, etc., etc.
yeah, it's interesting what you can do. I don't know. I mean, I'm not so privy to like going into the wave files and like zooming in and like flattening out the highs, lowering it or messing. I'm not
Yeah.
like deep diving into it, but I am on the surface
Yeah.
level,
Not
which is
on it,
enough, I think.
and not on an hour episode. I love this, but I'm not going to go
No,
and
that's
cut every single off of two people, or
no.
like it's not with my stuff that's 15 minutes. I have more control, but I'm not going to spend 18 hours on 1 hour worth of podcast
Dude.
when it just sounds like it's fucking auto.
So my last podcast I had, actually the one before last, because I just keep doing this for some reason. The first podcast I ever did, there was like four of us, right? So there would be times when all four of us were cackling at the same time or just saying something at the same time. So it just sounded like a bunch of freaking Mancoon cats having cat babies in an alley. Like it was just like just noise. Like you couldn't even hear English or words or anything. It was just like complete yelling from all of us at one time. Do you know how like hard that is to edit?
You can't edit it out,
You have
unfortunately.
four different microphones
Yeah,
and everyone's yelling at one time, and half the time we're drunk. So like
you don't know, you don't
you
care.
don't even, it's not even English anyways. It's just like Mandarin at that point. So you got to do what you got to do.
I call it whitezican.
Yeah, whatever. I don't even know if there was any Caucasian in that. It just sounded, like I said, Mancoon cat babies, like just
Oh, it was Mancoon. That's what it was.
yeah,
That language that you can't
yeah.
understand. Oh, okay. There we go.
It just sounded like I don't know, man. It just sounded bad, dude. It
Well,
sounded
yeah,
like
because you get four drunk guys, or even let's
dying
just say,
cats.
yeah, and then you throw it. Yeah, you can't.
And we
The
were having like
computer's probably laughing with you.
full on like we would get on tangents like how we do, but most of the time it was arguing. We would just like it was recorded arguments most of the time. So you have like I don't know, man, just people yelling and just I don't know, just a lot of shit going on one time. It sounded like a bad like like episode of WWE or something, like the crowd, like, like fuck his mom, just like random things, like just
But
it just sounded terrible, dude.
But listening to it, it sounded fun. I think that was the whole point of it is, you actually like laugh with it.
Yeah, it's great.
That's what was great
fun.
about. That's what from an outsider's. That's what I want with this is just to have fun.
Yeah, pure enjoyment, like
exactly
laughter and stuff. Yeah,
and then once you laugh and once you're doing all of this, it makes you feel better. Like every time after I finish an episode with you, I always feel that much happier.
Oh,
I know. Doesn't it feel special? Doesn't it feel special? It's just because this is something I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And
it's a dopamine hit, right?
It is. It is. Now I just can't wait until I get my new computer and I can hook up that bad boy and we can even have more fun. Dude, I've literally
just sounded bad, but all right.
Oh, God. See, I do this and not even realize how it's coming out of my brain.
Well, my brain receives it weird, so like I'm in the gutter, all the time. So
I usually am, but when I'm trying to talk and
name from Ser Judo to Ser Gutter,
the Ser Gutter Chronicles.
Ser Gutter sounds like a rap name, Ser Gutter.
Where it's no more judo. I miss that name.
Judo. Yeah, my friend Nathan, shout out Nathan, he joined the Air Force and ran away with an Asian girl. But he gave me the nickname Judo Chop when we used to like skate. And I was like, man, that's pretty cool. I like that.
I like that.
And then I just kind of shortened it to Judo. And
I remember when I was in high school, I had a few nicknames. They would either call me.
I remember it. Go ahead, you go. I already know.
No, you can go ahead.
Is it Ian Von Penis? Was that it?
Ian Von Penis was one.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Ianus.
Oh yeah,
like that. Number 3 that I personally came up with was Homeless Earl.
I like, dude. So like, what are those called? What? I know they're aliases, but
AKAs.
Yeah, like AKA aliases. They're called something else though.
Oh,
I don't know the terminology because I can't think when I'm on this podcast. But anyways, like Mac Miller. Speaking of Mac Miller, like I know we talk about him a lot because I'm listening to Mac Miller here lately because his new posthumous album just dropped. But he had like a bunch of aliases, and a lot of people didn't know this. Like, but one of my favorite ones was called Delusional Thomas. And also like Larry Lovestein, I think was one of them. And he would like put music out under these aliases. And people didn't know that they were Mac because he would change his sound.
Like pen names? Like in books almost? But in music?
Like monikers. That's what
moniker. Okay, yes, okay, yes.
Yeah. So like Delusional Thomas was one. And so was like Larry Lovestein. And he had like 4 of them. Like if you go on Spotify and type in like Larry Lovestein, I think I'm saying that right. It's like he's got like EPs and stuff under that like moniker, and you don't even know it's Mac. It's like jazzy, and he's like singing like kind of like when Rob Dyrdek did that Bobby Light. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah,
that was dope though. Bobby Light was dope.
It's kind of like that, and like the Delusional Thomas is like. It's like his voice, but he's put an effect on it, like distorted, and it's like drill rap, which is something he never does. But I just thought it was cool that he like would have monikers. It's just him like goofing in the studio and putting shit out that nobody has a clue about. It's like, say you're a famous musician, like let's say you are, right? And then you just are bored as fuck because you've been putting out all this serious stuff, and people are rating your music. And they expect so much out of you. And then you just like get on GarageBand and you're like, I don't give a fuck about the quality. I'm just going to put something out and throw it out there and not tell anybody. And if somebody finds it, then it's a national treasure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's, I think those type of projects are
sick, right?
The best. Yeah. They're the best.
Because a lot of people love that stuff.
You doing what you're doing. Yeah. I've always liked raw shit. Like, I don't care how it sounds as long as it's fucking good.
Also like, speaking of that, I'll shut up and let you speak, but he also produced beats. I don't know if you know this, but he produced beats too in the background and had another alias for that.
Also, as a producer, as a beat maker, he had a whole
moniker.
And then, so he would have one moniker making a beat, and then on the same beat, he would be the artist
No, you would
Do
no. Mac Miller wouldn't be on the
No,
artist
that's what I'm saying. But they
in the
would be
credit.
two. Yeah, but they would be two different aliases.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Is like
Yeah. Larry Fisherman was his producer
to name,
moniker.
and then
Yeah.
Jamie Winehouse would be the artist. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. The
No.
rapper
No.
or
No. No.
whatever.
No. 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 It would be a different artist, not him. He would make a beat for others.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so he
Yeah.
would. So he made beats for others. Okay, I thought you meant he made beats on his own music. I
He.
got you.
Yeah. He did. He
He
did do
did,
that too.
but he
Yeah.
made them for others as well. Okay, I got
Yes.
you now.
Correct. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
How dope is that though? You know.
Hey, you know what? There are people that more people make beats than you think. It's crazy.
It's cool. I mean,
It is.
like I didn't realize he was that talented. Like I didn't think he could play anything, honestly. But if you look at a lot of his stuff, he can play guitar, he can play piano, he can play keyboard, he can play drums. But a lot of them do, right? Anymore, like most people are, multifaceted.
I think a lot of people, yeah, and now with with the
Kind of have to be,
technology we
right?
have, yeah, yeah. My brain doesn't.
I don't have the. I'm
I
not.
don't. I don't
Is
have
it
the brain to be.
ambidextrous? Is that how you
No,
would consider
no.
that? Like, no.
No, not necessarily because that's like using both your hands.
Yeah.
I mean,
I try, but my left one feels like a stranger.
I mean, I have heard stories about you, so I'm sure you could use both. But like,
Yeah.
for instance,
One can try.
hey, you know what? If you have a nice little female that have like 2-inch hands, I mean, I'm sure 2 hands would be great. But anyways, so off to another note.
I'll shut up.
No, off to another note though. No, I think that that's
Big pause.
I think I think for the most part, that's what people, going back to the whole like just throwing music out. I think that's the whole that's what's great. That's what
Go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, you ever think artists regret the name that they obviously P Diddy regrets his because he changes it 100 times, but you think an artist ever gets big off a name and then just regrets it? Like, you think Eminem looks at his name and he's like, man, I picked a terrible moniker, or do you think he's like cool with it now because it's a kind of like a household name, you know?
I'm pretty sure that he knows. I think that he knows it's dope, even way back when.
Yeah.
Because when, for instance, as a fan, when you heard that, you're like, holy fuck. And the way he spelt it and all of
The
that
spelling's
shit.
sick. That is cool.
Exactly.
Do you know the meaning behind it? Like, you know, right? So it's like his name is Marshall Mathers, so it's Ilm and Ilm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's sick. That's cool.
It is
genius on his part.
Oh yeah.
It's just crazy how artists are like dope. No offense to the dude, but he states this. Like it's cool how artists are so doped up, like on drugs, and they can like have the like creative intelligence to do shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I mean, probably the most famous name that didn't work out that went on to huge success after they changed their name was 2 Chainz. I didn't have no idea for years before he was Titty Boy.
Yeah, Titty Boy.
He was Titty Boy. And there's Titty Boy shit all the way from like the early 2000s that, I mean, he's banging, dude. Like his shit was fucking sick. But I guess with the whole, like getting mainstream and shit, like Titty PC Boy
shit kinda.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, Titty Boy's not a good,
especially if you're trying to promote to teenagers. I mean,
could you imagine being in a stadium, like, and they're like, let's introduce Titty Boy. You know what I mean? Like, it just sounds so stupid, dude.
It sounds like a name a old white dude would use as a fucking moniker. Like,
no, it sounds like a 13-year-old you'd be versing on Call of Duty calling you the N-word. Titty Boy 659.
6957. Think about that. Uh-huh. Yes.
2 Chainz is dope though.
It's fun. No, 2 Chainz is dope. Yeah, no, he's fucking sick.
Speaking of that, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together till just now, but Ilm might have been one of the big ones who had that moniker, you know, Slim Shady. That was like an alias on its own, right?
Yeah. And Stan.
And Stan, yeah. I guess he had a lot of characters, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, are they and this was my question always.
Yeah.
Are they different personalities?
Supposed to be, right?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, totally.
That's exactly.
You answered your own question. His last album was a whole concept of
The
different
old
person.
Slim Shady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was him killing that character off. You know what I mean? Like
He
that
should
was the
have.
whole
He should never.
concept.
You should never kill Slim Shady. I don't care. I don't
No,
give
it
a
is.
fuck.
I
I
agree.
know he did, but that was his best fucking. That was his best shit. But when you go from talking to you know what I mean, back in the day, back in 2000, when he was making some of the shit he was saying,
Yeah.
and later on he was saying that he was getting all political and shit, saying
Ah, yeah.
that people are trying to take free, or they're taking they should take free speech away or something. There was something stupid like that he said.
Like hypocritical, kind of.
Hypocritical, because when you go listen to the freaking Marshall Mathers LP,
It's
it's
brutal.
nothing about it's nothing
Murder and
about
rape and yeah,
and saying that F word,
yeah.
all of that stuff. And I don't mean the F word as in fuck. I mean the other one.
Well,
Derogatory.
how do we look at that though? So how do you look at that? So
I look at it like it's fucking music. That's it.
right,
It's entertainment.
I agree with that, but it's almost like I'm not saying debunking, but it's like so he's at the age that he's at now, so he's obviously matured past that, correct?
Yes.
But I'm kind of like you. It's like, why would you? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't
I
know. Because you can't
and
just be like, I want you to ignore my whole catalog prior to now because it was just immature and I don't agree on it and I don't stand with that.
yeah.
Why
But
would
that's not
you?
the purpose of growth in music or
Here,
anything like that, you know?
here's where he fucked up. He came out as a nuisance and it was great and a rebel. Then he became like real PC and straight laced, and then he tried to dabble back into that being a nuisance, and it felt fake the second time around because he
Yeah.
was so PC before that. So yeah, I feel like it had its time and place, and he tried to reverberate that, kind of get that buzz back. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
And he didn't need to. And he
I
didn't
don't
need
think
to because
so.
he already had it.
Should have just kept it where it was and started
Yeah.
anew.
Yeah. And I like, and to be perfectly honest, one of my favorite albums, and somebody's gonna freaking kill me when I say
Please
this.
don't say relapse.
Yes.
God. Oh, why?
Let me just make sure I have the right
Yeah.
album.
My only
Hey,
thing
dude.
about relapse is I just hated the fast rap Indian voice that he was doing. It sounded like he was mocking an Indian guy, which is fine, but that dialect he was using for all his songs, I was like, why is he doing that? What is this? What is
Yes,
this?
that's one of my favorite albums. Can I tell you why?
Yeah, why?
Because it was different.
It was.
Because he
It
was
was.
using different. He was, and there are some fucking killers on that motherfucker.
Let
There
me
are
look
some
up the track list. I want to see because there is
that
songs on there that I do like.
like bagpipes
Um,
from Baghdad is dope.
3 a.m.'s dope. That song's pretty rock star. So
Medicine
wait, that's
Ball.
got "We Made You" on it. That song's dope. Um, "Crack a Bottle" is
Crack a
even
Bottle is
as
dope.
annoying as it is. It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure "Same Song and Dance" is good. I can't remember.
Music Box is fucking phenomenal.
So this is not the album I'm thinking of. What's the album with the he's walking away from the cover?
I'm
It,
not away. The one that came,
yeah,
the next one. That's one of my other
that's the one I.
Recovery.
Yeah, "Recovery" is one I don't
Oh,
care
I love.
for.
I really love that album. I
Okay,
really
well, let me ask you this: is there an
yes
Eminem album you don't like?
yes.
What
Revival.
album?
The one that came out in 17, I think.
God, did he have
He
an
had Beyonce on it. He had Ed Sheeran on it. Um,
uh did he have a an obsession with ours?
something like that, right?
You said
Let's see.
"Recovery." Is that what you just said?
Revival. That's the one I don't like. It has the
Revival.
American flag. It has the American flag on the.
Let me look that one up. I'm not gonna lie to you. These three albums run together for me a little bit. Probably because they were all put out like year after year. I think. See, I don't remember shit from this album. I don't even know if I really even listened to this
But
album.
honestly, the one album that and this so that's probably the first album that um one of my least
Is
favorite, and then the second one after that would have been the Slim Shady LP2. or
two.
Marshall Mathers
LP or Marshall
LP
Mathers two. Yeah.
2. Yeah, I didn't feel it.
This one is the one with Beyonce, the Walk on Water. Is that what this is?
Yes, yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
man.
That whole album, and I'm also, what stage of my life was I at that particular time when these albums came out? Like, if you tell me what's my favorite album of M at all fucking time, it's gonna be the Eminem Show, guaranteed. It's just every single one of those songs are bangers.
Actually, one of the ones I really liked that's more recent was Music to Be Murdered By. I think that album was all right.
That is a great, and you know what? That's another one. I mean, he had some fucking talent on that. Like,
Yeah,
he did a
that
good
was
job.
very feature heavy.
Like Godzilla, I know you're a huge
Juice.
Dude,
Yeah.
Juice killed it on that track, bro. Like,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Kamikaze, I forgot about that album too.
That was basically a whole the entire world album EP, I think. But no, I mean, so we all know this dude's fucking talented as shit. But
yeah, I'm not saying he's not.
No. Just I have an issue when somebody
didn't realize we're the same height. That's crazy.
He's only 5'8".
Yeah, I'm looking at his Wikipedia.
He seems a lot taller. I don't know why.
I know, yeah. No, he's 5'8". Yeah.
Huh. But yeah, no, I mean, he's, I don't know. He's
an enigma. I mean, let's be honest. Like, it's up and down. I don't know. I mean, we could probably do a whole podcast.
We could do a whole
on Eminem.
On just one album. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no. Speaking of albums, I know we're trying to like
avoid music,
but I think that's just us.
Yeah, I just like music, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of my days can't go by without listening to me. I've come to the conclusion that I listen to music every day to some degree or level, and I'm sure most Americans do.
Yeah, but I
make it a point in a way. Like, if I'm in a car, I have to listen to music. I notice, like, unless I'm in my head, but even driving home today, I had to turn something on. I was like, it's too quiet. This is weird.
Yeah, no, I always have to have music on in my car. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say one of the funniest things, like my grandpa, I was complaining about, this is back in the day, like a little after high school or something. I was like, yeah, there's something going on with my car and I don't know what. And he's like, well, do you listen to your car and hear sounds? That's how you know something's messing up. And I was like, nah, I got my music full blast. He's like, well, if you turn your music down, you'd probably know what's wrong with your car.
Pretty much.
That shit cracks me up to this day.
That's hilarious, though. I mean, that's.
But he said it in like a way that's like,
you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, no kidding. Turn your music down.
Come on, Bucko. Think for a second.
Your head gasket's overheating. Then you can hear a whistling and like,
your whole fucking top end is all fucked.
Sounds like a tea kettle. It's like, well, maybe you should turn your music down instead of bumping around town.
Hey, you know what? But I bet you had a dope ass system in your car, didn't you?
Dude, my very first car I ever had was an Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, like a red one, like a 98. And dude, like, I don't know what it is. Can't remember what stereo system was in that, but that car had the nicest system by like manufacturer. Nice. I didn't replace anything. I don't know why, but that car just bumped. And that was the first car I had. And I had like, you're younger and you go through the settings. You're like, I'm going to turn the bass to 10 and I'm going to turn the treble down to 3. You know what I mean? Like, and I was bumping shit, man. Some Lil Wayne, like Lollipop, like,
Dude, I didn't realize until like 2 years ago, speaking of that particular song, how much bass that song has.
Not only that, but did you know the feature, I think Static Major, is that his name?
Yeah, he died like right before the album, or right before it like came out.
Correct, but did you know he's a Kentucky native?
No way.
Yeah, Louisville, I think. Let me look up Static Major. But yeah, he's from Kentucky. I remember geeking out about that when I was younger. Cause,
so I bet you really geeked out on fucking
Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah, Static Major.
Jack, what's his name?
Jack Harlow.
Yeah, because even I'm like, oh, dude, because you never fucking hear about like big rappers or anything coming from Kentucky.
Well, Bryson Tiller is from Kentucky too. He's like
See,
R&B/rap.
yeah, see, and that's how
They're coming
much.
up now. People are
That's good
coming up.
though. I like
It's
that.
not a bad Kentucky look. Like you don't have like
No,
country rappers coming from Kentucky, which is what you would assume.
yeah,
No, it's actually like city
yeah.
boys. You know what I mean?
Louisville, it's not fucking like
It is
Hazard.
Louisville,
Yeah, it's
correct.
Louisville. Yeah, it's not Lexington. It's not Georgetown. It's like fucking. They all think it's like everybody. I mean, not saying everybody, but you
Most people think all of Kentucky's hick,
is yeah. It's all
and
backwards
he said that in
Eastern.
an interview that he's like Louisville's a city. Like it's not country like you think.
No,
It's a city.
it's very
Well, you'll
yes
get shot.
metropolitan. Like well, that too. But
Louisville has gangs. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. They do.
like
Like
it's legit a city.
it's yeah. It's a yeah.
Different dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not one of those. Not everything is oh hillbilly John.
Yeah, Mountain
That
Dew teeth, you know?
yeah, it's not like I said, and I said this many times. I've said this on multiple records. Said this many a time.
Yeah.
Some of the best teeth I've ever seen were
Yeah.
people that went to University of Kentucky. I swear to God.
They all had that veneer money.
Hey, you know what? They got that veneer money, but like, dude,
good dental insurance.
it's good dental insurance, dude.
I'm
I'm like, there's a lot of dentists in Kentucky, so you know what? Don't start.
Is that a
That's
thing? Is that real? Is that like a thing? A lot of dentist
no,
offices?
no, because let me tell you, before I moved to Kentucky, I had the
Yeah.
same exact thought that everybody else did from California that
Yeah,
didn't
what
know
was
about
your
Kentucky.
so where
When
nobody
my
knows
mom
this.
told me,
Where did you move from?
Orange County, Los
Orange County.
Alamitos, yeah,
Cali.
Cali,
Okay.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
that, but nobody listening knows that.
The 7 people that may listen to this, probably
Okay,
know
they
the
probably
story,
do know, so
but
you got
yeah,
to
so yeah,
restore their
yeah,
memory.
but yeah, so yeah. No, I was born in Moreno Valley, which was like 60, 70 miles east of Orange County. And then in high school, my mom wanted me out. So we moved to Los Alamitos, which is near Long Beach, Cypress, Seal Beach, Huntington Beach, in that little area. It's basically North Orange County. So it's not like,
Where all the choppers are. Or is that a stereotype?
no, because that's a county in New York as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where yeah. But yeah, when you say Orange County, you're talking about Southern California, SoCal.
Yeah.
But so that's when my mom told me that we're moving to Kentucky. Because I originally wanted to move to Arizona.
Yeah, yeah.
But we
You
ended
didn't
up
want too much of a culture change, right?
that and I wanted to be close to California because that was my whole life. I've never knew really anything but that.
Yeah, and when
But
you
so
say Kentucky, it's like
yeah,
that's a deviation like
yeah,
no other, right?
yeah.
That's literally one side to the other.
Yeah, it's from
The
one.
map.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And plus, the main one of the main reasons. Well, my grandfather later in life lived in Paducah.
Okay. I got a
So
question though before
yeah,
you continue. Had been to Kentucky prior to moving?
yes,
Uh,
a couple of
Okay,
times
so you knew
because
what you were getting into.
yeah, we moved when my uncle lived there. He owned a horse farm in Stamping Ground
Okay.
for probably 5 years, 6 years
Well, so
before.
you're well, I don't know, I wouldn't say you're more judgmental as a kid, but you hate shit as a kid. Because I remember going places and I'm like, I hate this place, you know.
Yeah,
So what was your did you hate it or love it, or did you not have any opinion when you came here for the first time?
so we came here the first time to visit. It was actually my birthday weekend in 2007,
So
and
you were like, I forgot, like, how old were you then?
20
2007, you said?
21.
2007?
Yeah,
Or
because
you were not 21 in 2007.
yes, I was
2007? Is my math not mathing?
86. 86 to '06 is 20.
Oh, fucking
2007.
never mind. I'm thinking of 2017. My
No,
brain is not working so hard.
no.
Okay,
2007.
continue. My bad. I'm
So
stupid.
no. So I'm going. So we fly out there because at that time my mom was already thinking for the few years prior that we wanted to move because California was getting expensive.
Yeah,
It was,
and
and yeah,
it's probably was safer, right, out this way.
yes, especially well where we were. we were in a very safe um town. Like we
Oh,
had a
okay.
town we had a town of like 12,000, but like we had a running joke in high school. One of the cops was also the vice principal at our high school.
No way.
Yes.
Okay.
So we would like there was no such thing as
No crime,
doing
really.
stupid. Yeah, there was no. Yeah.
Oh,
So
people were kind of like deadlocked. They were scared, kind of like let's not fuck around
let's
because
not fuck.
we,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And you just know that very rarely do you fuck around in this town because the town's only like literally like maybe 8 square miles now. I could be off, but it's not too big.
Okay.
There's like 12,000 people. But
I'm
so
assuming like subdivision
bigger than
kind of.
that. Yeah, it just in California, every town runs into each other.
Yeah.
So you unless there's a sign, you really don't know what town is which. Unlike other states. But anyways, when I found out, my mom was talking about it for years. Originally, we were thinking about going to Oregon, but she was
Okay.
like, ah. Then, and my whole thing from the whole get go is I want to move to Arizona. It's still close enough to home. It's that kind of stuff. And so I did that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I did that. Then that was my suggestion the whole time. Then we decided we both decided, at Kentucky. So then she was like, you know what, let's fly out first. It's your birthday. Let's go ahead, let's check it out. So my aunt uncle showed us around, stuff like that. And my mom loved it.
Like she
So
fell in love with Kentucky.
she fell in love with Georgetown specifically.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So yeah,
G Town's cool.
yeah, G Town is. And well, she wanted me to originally go actually, and I not enrolled, but
Were
I
you
applied.
hesitant? Were you like, can we not? Can we wait? Or were you like gun ho like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll meet
I
somebody
said,
cool out there?
I was always, I'm like, you
Are
know
you a
what?
new beginnings kind of person, or are you
Hell
kind of like
no, but I knew that we could. I knew that we could live in a dope ass house
for
in a
because it's
good.
cheaper, right?
It's way. Oh, dude, like yeah, like
Okay, that makes
it's
sense.
yeah. So we were able to do it. So I'm like, fuck it. And it was a good up until probably the last year. It was good. I got used to it,
Yeah. Okay.
but
Well,
I always wanted to move back either to California or to Arizona. I mean, that was just
was there any culture shock, like kind of from because you're going from like especially at a population
yeah.
standpoint, a lot of people
Not
to
having
not a lot of people.
traffic, that was another thing. Unless you got a new circle, but other than
Yeah.
that, like there was no traffic. It's like okay, you can get
Is
the
that was
fucking
that really the big thing? Was just the no traffic really?
the no traffic. It was definitely a lot slower. It wasn't. People
People weren't
weren't
in
in
a
such a
hurry.
rush. Exactly, it wasn't a
Yeah.
rat race. You could actually like sit down and talk to somebody for like 15. You could be at a freaking like a diner or something for like an hour and a half without the freaking waitress being like, "You need to get the fuck out,"
It's like
type deal.
in Shawshank Redemption, I forgot the old man's name. His character, he's in prison for most of his life, and then he gets out at the very end. Spoiler warning, but he's like, it's doing like a voiceover for the scene, and you just see him walking around, and he's like, yeah, back in my day, we went. It was slow, and the world just went and got in a big old hurry. You know what I mean?
Yep, and that's the truth. But I I liked. I mean, it was good. I got what I needed out of it.
Yeah, I
The
mean, you're gonna grow and change
Yeah,
and
I
learn, and
mean, yeah. The only thing I wish that didn't happen was I didn't leave my house. I wish I didn't.
you,
Who
you
knows
wish
what
you
if
would have
happened?
got out more, or
No, I wish I didn't. I leave the house the way I did.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought you were talking about like your daily life. Yeah, I wish I would have
Well,
left
no,
the
we all
house.
wish. No, no, no. We all wish it would have been. We all wish it would have been something different. But
Yeah.
I wish I was in a different mindset and had a different understanding of.
The more you know, they say,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm
like
just pissed because I lost out on 300 grand. basically.
I
Actually,
get that.
150 because that's how much.
I
But
think
I get it.
most times I think we're ill equipped mentally to handle situations that we're in.
Especially at that time. Yeah, no, I totally get it. I needed that for that to happen, so I know where I'm at today.
Yeah,
So,
you needed to be
because
pushed down a hill to
it
learn how
did
to
exactly.
land right, kind of
Yeah, and
roll.
I still had what 4 years of fucking around before I
How
actually
long
got
were
my shit.
you? How long did you live in Kentucky before you moved?
8 years, '07 to 15.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
Yeah, I was
plenty
there
of
for
time to
yeah,
gain an opinion of it. And
yeah.
it's weird though, because, most of the time they say when you move, you gain the accent of wherever you move to. And I feel like you didn't really get
Mine
that at all.
probably I no, not at
Or
all.
did
No,
it? Or did it to you? Did you know? Of course,
no,
you're not going to notice your dialect,
no.
right?
I yeah, my dialect didn't change one bit. If anything, it got deeper.
I guess because you spent more time in Cali than you.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I know some people's dialect can change within like a 4 year period or something.
yeah. Well, my mom's never did either. So
Hers
maybe it
didn't
was
change it.
because hers didn't change one bit either. Because I don't think we were born and raised there. You know what I mean?
But I don't even know if you have to be though. Like I said, your dialect I feel like can change. I guess it's also according to who you're around. So if you're around a
True.
bunch of hick people and they all like sound like they're from West Virginia, you're gonna probably start to pick up on their patterns, and you're probably gonna say shit like they say shit, and it's just gonna like subconsciously develop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, I totally get that. But I find the southern, and they all have distinct dialect.
Yeah,
Alabama's is different than Kentucky. That's different than West Virginia, and so on and so forth.
I know
But
it's. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I know it's crazy, but like so when I was I'm from Moorhead, but like when I speak in Moorhead, no one says anything about my accent, which is no shit. But when I moved to Georgetown specifically, everybody called me out on it. They're like, "Man, you sound hick. You sound country. Da 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 da. Blah blah blah." And I got called out on it all the time. So
Really?
yeah, but
Oh,
here's the crazy thing is like Moorhead to Georgetown is just like an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 15, whatever. So you're telling me that little bit of a drive is enough to for that much of a change. But here's the weird thing about Georgetown, and you'll say this too. You'll attest to this. There's a lot of people that are in Georgetown. To me, felt like they were like not actually from there. They moved there.
transplants.
Yeah, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, most people were from like for some weird reason. Most people were from like other states, even like Ohio or Cali or I
Yeah.
met a lot of. I met not. You weren't the only person from Cali I met. When I first moved to Georgetown, I worked at. This is will show my age, but I worked at Kmart when I first moved there,
I
and,
love
and
that Kmart.
yeah, I worked at Kmart, and I met this girl. Shouts out Amanda, and I hope I'm getting this correct because I forget everything, but she was from Cali, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd met multiple people from Cali before you, so when you told me you were from Cali, of course I was like, "Oh, it's badass," but it wasn't like a shock. I was like, "Well, there's others from Cali too here. It's not that crazy."
No, it's not. And Georgetown is, I would like to say, as cool as it would have been to live in downtown Lexington in like one of those flats.
Yeah, yeah,
That would have been dope as fuck. I've always wanted to live in like a, what do you call those?
yeah.
It's just one big open room. You know what I mean? It's like a huge
Studio.
studio. It's like a huge studio, yes. But I've always wanted to live in one in downtown.
I think
Doesn't
at a
matter.
younger age, yeah, but I don't know if I could do it now.
Still to this day, I would love it.
Really, but
I would,
I have a dog, so like
yeah,
taking my dog for a walk,
you would do it
downtown
downtown.
where
I
it's
get that.
horns all the time and like people. I hate taking my dog for a walk like in a subdivision because everyone's like, "Hey, let me pet your dog."
Oh,
And
yeah.
no offense to anybody who wants to pet my dog, but like that gets old after like the fourth or fifth person. I couldn't imagine being on a busy street downtown, and maybe people would leave you alone because of the they're just used to that. They're not going to mess with you. I kind of hate people though. So like being around that many people, it's just too much going on in one space, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, if I had a park on the street in downtown, if it didn't have
That
its own parking spot,
sucks.
that would be a no go.
Parking garage cool, but I hate
Yeah.
street parking,
So
dude.
do I.
I don't want parallel park every day. That shit is
No,
just ass.
no. And I forgot how to do it after I left California, to be
I can do
perfectly
it.
honest.
I can do it, but only with now that I have a backup camera. Like prior, probably would have struggled a little bit, only because I'm in a hurry and I'm impatient. You know what I mean? And plus, like, here's the thing about street parking in a busy city is no one's going to give you the proper time to do it. They're going to be honking. You got to do it quick.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're just in the way. It's like, move, buddy. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's.
But anyways, we've hit an hour, so you want to call this episode quit and pick up another one?
Yeah. Cool.
All right, sweet.
Y'all, thank you everybody for listening. We'll see you next time. We're the hostess with the mostest, Mr. Ser Judo and Psyeke. See you next time.
Later.